Thanks everybody. Day 3 of Blockchain Week. For those that didn't jump in on Monday, we were in Sydney on Monday at the Australian Securities Exchange. We had a very significant moment for this industry there, where we spoke to the fact that this is not a conversation in the fringes anymore. You know, it was a room dominated by government conversations, regulatory conversations, traditional financial service institutions. It was all the businesses and all the brands you know well, and that was a statement for the industry. We've gotten to that point in time where we know we can and should be heard, and the truth is we're playing a little bit of catch-up across industry. Internationally, the interest has been extraordinary, and Australia, happily, in the communications I'm having, is now described as strategically important in a world view. So it's an opportunity for all of us to take advantage of that. Yesterday, the tone shifted somewhat. We went straight into what I described as face-melting day. It was meant to be an attempt to overwhelm people, because the reality is, whilst we've been figuring out what we're going to do, internationally, businesses that are extraordinary have been built out in a very short period of time. So yesterday was an overwhelming content stream, 2 streams of businesses that have scaled from zero to multi-billion-dollar businesses in extraordinarily short periods of time. Today is the front door of this conversation largely. When we talk about NFTs and metaverse, the metaverse, if you check something like Google Trends and look up the word or the acronym NFT, there's no history, and then there is just a vertical history. It has been the thing that has onboarded many people, because if nothing else, we know what a JPEG is. We're happy to flip a JPEG. We know we've got a view about whether we like these things or not. It's amazing how quickly that user experience has been the gateway into cryptocurrency, digital wallets, value, and just a general awareness around the space. So it's a funny path the way it's traversed. I have to say, the people who are into NFTs in particular, the most committed, enthusiastic bunch of people you've ever come across in your life. So it's something you have to be excited about when you participate in that. So today traverses both Monday, Tuesday sort of conversations. We have 2 streams running simultaneously. I think we have something in the vicinity of 75 speakers across those 2 streams. International businesses from all around the world, and the best of Australia as well. So that's the way we're generally running it today. You should be overwhelmed by choice, and all this material will be available online, open and free for everybody. We like to thank our sponsors as we sort of start off as well, and Rochelle's already mentioned Coinspot, and I'll come to them in a second. FTX is the naming rights sponsor, and a myriad of sponsors across the event. This is an industry-led initiative, is what I've been saying for the last few days, and these businesses volunteered without the need to be given a seat at the table. They actually support the industry without the conditions that are normally attached, and it's a credit to those people who participate in the industry. They want to support this general conversation. Today, brought to you by Coinspot. Coinspot are an extraordinary business. They are looking to grow at a pace that scares me, which is great, because I watch a company taking off as quickly as they have. It's fantastic to observe. They've supported and are supporting the entire day here at the venue, and some drinks after the venue as well. So we're grateful for their support in relation to that. Hold on to your hats over the course of the day. We appreciate the time everyone is committing. These sessions will run very quickly, back to back to back to back. I don't like people to be sitting watching screens and being anything other than entertained. So welcome to the venue, welcome to the day. I'd like to welcome to the stage Greg Oakford, who has curated within an inch of its life this group. And there's no one who is more, we like to say, in the weeds. He's in the discords, he's with the kids. He's very good at communicating to all these things. So I'll welcome Greg to the stage.
Good morning. Yes, I do like the JPEGs, and welcome to all of our viewers online as well. We've got thousands upon thousands watching, as Steve referenced. We do have multiple streams today. All sessions will be recorded for those that are sort of going, geez, there's too much choice. I don't want to miss this particular session. They will all be recorded. You'll have to probably stick with us. The recordings may not be up till the weekend. We'll do our best to get to those. But yeah, off the top, I'm the co-founder of NFT First, along with Rochelle, that you mentioned before. I worked at Blockchain Week last year, and sort of described myself as the quote-unquote water boy at the time, and sort of just doing whatever Steve needed, running the socials for Blockchain Australia. And there's really only 5% of NFT content at most last year, and that was in April. So we're only sort of 11 months removed from that. And it was shortly after that I'd sort of heard about NFTs, and I went down the rabbit hole, and I sort of got sucked into the vortex, and nothing has captured my imagination in my life as much as NFTs. And, it's sort of, to me, my childhood reincarnated, first of all, as digital collectibles with sort of NBA Top Shot, And since that moment, it's been sort of every day and every week and every month, there's been just new unlocks of what this technology is going to do. And I'm very, very bullish on it and looking forward to sort of bringing today some incredible speakers. You know, it's somewhat unfortunate for everyone in this room that you're going to miss some of the sessions that are coming out from the US with the likes of Ryan Carson and Betty from Vallas, etc. But obviously you'll have something to do on the weekend now. So a couple of little housekeeping items too. The official hashtag for this whole week and today as well is hashtag Blockchain Week 2022. If you want to tweet, we encourage you to, especially those out in the Twitterverse at the moment on crypto Twitter. Make sure you're tweeting. We want to see a lot of noise today. We've got a few free NFTs to give away today from the MetaKey. So we thank the MetaKey. We have 1 edition for MetaKey and 3 MetaCrew. You heard Steve reference the metaverse before. These MetaCrew avatars are really awesome. So we've got 3 of those to give away today. The way we're going to do that is we're going to give 1 MetaCrew to someone in this audience that I'm looking at today for essentially the best question throughout the day. So make sure you're sort of arming yourself with questions. For those on the virtual stream, we're going to be giving away the edition 4 MetaKey and the 2 MetaCrew, the other 2 MetaCrew, to the best tweets of the day. So whether that's a good question, whether it's a good comment, if you want to throw up NFT Day is insane, I'm sure our subjective picking will favour those type of tweets as well. So I'm just going to check my notes one last time, just make sure I've got all the housekeeping. One more thing, when POAP. So for those that don't know POAP, Proof of Attendance Protocol, everyone sitting in this room can get one. Rochelle and I have links. You can come and scan our phone throughout the day. So feel free to come up and sort of have a quick conversation with us and get that scan to get your POAP. I'm working with the AV guys, we'll probably have that code up on the screen in a couple of the breaks as well. So if you can't hunt down Rochelle and I, we will put it on the screens for you as well. So I think that's about it from me. I'll just have one last look. I'm going to say one more thing. So Sophie McKendry from Koji Capital said something at the end session yesterday at day 2, which is an incredible day of Blockchain Week. And she referenced really that NFTs in the last 12 months has been the breakthrough proof of concept for crypto and Web3. Obviously, I'm biased, but I really think that's the case. And I think it's gone, you know, even me personally last year at Blockchain Week, I was looking around, I go, I'm really interested by this stuff. And I'm not really a finance guy, not a lawyer, I'm not an accountant, I'm not a politician. I don't really know where I fit. And I had this sort of conversation and then sort of woof, NFTs came. And I think that's going to happen. You know, we're going to hear a lot from sports today. NBA Top Shot played a pivotal role in onboarding a lot of people to NFTs. And I think that the AFL, Cricket Australia, Tennis Australia, NBL, all the major sports in Australia are going to do the same thing. So I'm looking forward to hearing from some of those individuals later today. And lastly, I just want to throw to, or I should say I'm now going to throw to Ray, the marketing executive from Coinspot, who's going to say a few words, and then we're going to kick off with our first official panel at 9:30. Thanks everyone for being here and enjoy the live stream.
Thanks everyone. Just as Greg introduced me, I'm Ray from Coinspot. I just want to start off today just by saying the energy in this room around NFTs, Metaverse, Web 3.0 in general is really exciting personally to me. As you may tell, I hope, I was a little young throughout the internet era to see the entire process from inception throughout the years to get us where we are today. Speaking to those who worked in the space at the time and those who helped shape it, it all feels very similar though to what's going on today with this technology. I'm happy to stand here today to deliver an exciting announcement from Coinspot, which is the first of its kind in the world. This feature will reduce the barriers of entry that currently exist in the space and make NFTs more accessible for everyone. Before I get to the announcement, however, I'd like to tell you my personal NFT experience from when I got into the space to which I'm sure many of you in the crowd can relate to. Just 18 months ago, a close friend of mine bought his first NFT. I met this friend originally through traditional collectibles, and when he bought and showed me this pixelated JPEG, I thought he'd gone crazy. You actually paid real money for this? I looked him in the eyes and said, the picture I can right-click, save as, which we've all heard. The whole concept of NFTs, I couldn't wrap my head around. Why would anyone pay for pictures? Over the coming weeks, though, he made content about his NFT and continually told me to buy and just research it myself. The more content I consume, the more information, I would understand it. DYOR. Sure, mate, I'll get right on it. I brushed him off again. Time passed, it still hadn't clicked in my head. Then I checked the news one morning and saw Beeple's NFT. Every day is the first 5,000 days, which I'm sure many of you know. This piece had sold for $69 million US. It was then that NFTs really got my attention. The next day, I researched even more and saw another key figure, Gary Vee, dropping an NFT. He's someone I've followed for years personally, and if someone like him was so deep into it, I knew there was more. So again, I tried to level up. This is when I made the call that it was time to get my first NFT. This is when it got exciting. Do I go to a site, scroll through, find another JPEG I like and click buy? No, it wasn't that simple. It definitely wasn't as simple as I initially hoped it was. I dug a little deeper, realized I needed something called a third-party wallet. I looked through a few, landed on MetaMask, which was the popular one, navigated through all the phishing sites that claimed to be MetaMask until I found the real one and downloaded the extension. My journey began. Next thing was set up my seed phrase. I assume most of you know what a seed phrase is, but for those watching at home, it's basically a 12-word random phrase that they give you to unlock your wallet. You think of it like a password. If you lose it, there's no one that can reset it though. It's fully decentralized. You lose your seed phrase, you lose your NFTs. So I write these words down carefully on a piece of paper, fully understanding that yeah, this whole piece of paper is, if I lose that, I'm kind of screwed. The next thing I do though, once I set it up, I get over that hump, I send some ETH to it. So I sign into my Coinspot account, send across my Ethereum, put in the right address, and everything's all good. It's all a bit overwhelming, as you can hear, through the multiple steps, but it's eventually there, it's loaded, and I'm ready to shop for my first NFT. I found a popular NFT marketplace, connected my wallet. This was another thing that was new to myself, the whole concept of connecting a wallet. The text popping up, the smart contract, all this overwhelming information, and me just wanting to buy a JPEG. It was all very confusing. Nonetheless, I got it sorted and bought my first NFT. Was it a good NFT? No. Was it a verified one? Not an unverified version of the real collection I meant to buy? Maybe. There was a lot of questions, but the only thing I knew for sure was that this process was way too complicated. My excitement was still there, but I knew there had to be an easier way. It just didn't exist yet. This is where I talked to my troubles to the team, and we all discovered we had some similarities. We weren't alone. We'd all experienced the difficulties, and we thought to ourselves, if we've been in the space for all these years, in the crypto space, and we found it so difficult, how could you expect a normal person to come in and buy NFTs? This is where the Coinspot NFT platform was born. How can we make a complicated process simple in typical Coinspot fashion? How can we reduce the barriers for entry, to innovate, and to assist with mainstream adoption, which is a key focus of us and has been since our inception? We had experience doing this many years ago with cryptocurrency, making it simple. So the question to ourselves was, how do we achieve the same outcome, but for NFTs. We could all see the potential. We could all see the community interest from our customers, but we had to make sure we were dealing with the key issues that people were experiencing. So firstly, we wanted to reduce complications by removing the need for multiple wallets, services, marketplaces. It was all too much. The fact that these all had to connect to each other at certain points and each charged their own fees along the way, we knew it had to be simpler if this was going to become mainstream. Therefore, there's no need for a third-party wallet, seed phrase, or any connecting and signing of smart contracts of any kind. Our service is purely within the Coinspot platform and interface that everyone knows and trusts. The security of Coinspot, the functionality, the local 24/7 support is all there and now brought across to NFT functionality. This will give more people confidence to get into the NFT space and increase accessibility exponentially. This is what we're proud to announce today to everyone in this room. Users will be able to go through different NFT collections on Coinspot, choose the NFTs they like, and instantly buy, sell them directly within their account with just a couple of clicks. The best part of this, that I feel, is that we're exposing this feature and NFTs to 2.5 million customers. And these customers may have otherwise gone without dipping their toes in because of the convoluted process that currently exists. I am, I guess, looking around the room a little bit, and I guess a few of you are probably thinking, this sounds good, it sounds like a good Coinspot feature, but what makes it brand new? It sounds like there's already other platforms that do something, I guess, kind of similar. The thing that makes it different is that to buy NFTs on Coinspot, you don't need just Ethereum. You can buy with any of the 350 plus cryptos that we offer. I'll say that one more time just in case anyone missed it. Users can purchase NFTs on Coinspot using any of the 350 coins that we currently offer. For example, if you wanted to buy Bored Ape right now, you would need to use Ethereum on other platforms. It's the only way you'd be buying it. However, if you didn't have Ethereum, you only had Bitcoin, with our feature, you'd be able to use that Bitcoin directly without having to make another transaction into Ethereum and buy the Bored Ape. This also carries over into Doge, Cardano, any other coins we offer. They can all be used to buy the NFTs that are on offer at Coinspot. In addition to this, like all of the coins we list, all of the NFTs are vetted and go through a due diligence process to keep customers safe and stop them from buying unverified projects like I made the mistake of. This adds a new level of accessibility and reduces another big barrier, I guess, that's stopping a lot of people getting into this space. Obviously, I could stand here for a bit longer and talk about this, but I'll keep some of it withheld so you guys can see it when it goes live this week. I appreciate you all letting me share this, a sneak peek. You're the first people that we've announced this to. So we're really excited, and we know it's going to be really good for mainstream adoption, which, as I said, is a key focus of us at Coinspot. We're excited to continue innovating and sharing the space with you to grow it with the public, and thank you for listening.
Thanks, Ray. That was great. We've got to go 3 or 4 minutes until we get into our first keynote for the day here at Marvel Stadium. We also have coming up, for those watching on the virtual stream, our NFT State of the Union session with Ryan Carson from the Proof Collective, Yasmin Shima, for those that have heard about the Year of the Woman NFT project that launched on International Women's Day, about a week or two ago. So Yasmin is joining our 9:30 session over on Stream 2, along with Adam McBride, who's an NFT archaeologist, and yes, that is a job title, and also Trey Ratcliffe, who is a phenomenal NFT photographer that's done, I think, about 1,200 ETH in sales already in about a year. So Trey's doing pretty well for himself. throughout the day too, we're going to have multiple sessions, as I've sort of touched on. We'll be hearing from the likes of Yatsu. So for those that have been following the news recently with Bored Ape Yacht Club and ApeCoin, and there's a number of games that are coming out of the juggernaut that is Yuga Labs that owns Bored Apes. We'll be hearing Yat, who has essentially been instrumental in guiding Yuga Labs and Bored Ape Yacht Club community in sort of navigating ApeCoin. So really looking forward to Yat. Caroline Bowler from BTC Markets over to my left here will be moderating that session. We're also going to hear from Dapper Labs today. So earlier I made reference of NBA Top Shot. Dapper Labs is the organisation behind the Top Shot product. And more recently, Dapper has sort of extended that to UFC with their UFC Strike packs of collectibles and NFL all day. So looking forward to hearing from Dapper. Again, I'm going to reiterate too, if you'd like the POAP today from us in the room, artwork done by Danielle Weber, who we're going to hear from at 12:30 later today, come and see Rochelle and I. We are going to give you a QR code. It'll take you 15 seconds. If you've never had a POAP before, I highly encourage you get one. It's, in my view, it's Foursquare. If anyone remembers Foursquare in Web 2 days, this is Foursquare for Web 3, right? It's almost NFT light. So if you've never had an NFT, you're sitting in this room, you've never had an NFT, come and see Rochelle or I, or potentially we'll get it up on the screen.